Welcome to this update, the version release of 0.4 with a partial AI of Orb Crown, a fantasy warfare mod for strategic command. So in version 0.4 it is all outlined in the manual, which I'll get to in a little while, but for now I just want to introduce you to the main features of it. The limited AI means that the Allies side is the only side that can be played at this stage, and it can only be played from around about 2400 to 2402 to achieve a minor Allied victory. There's a lot of further testing and development of the AI to go, and that is an ongoing project, but I thought I didn't want to delay the release of 0.4 with its other changes to be delayed by the AI development. So that is ongoing, and 0.4 has been released. Now, two major changes are the diplomacy events are by Angford to try and get Vermont to abandon Andania, and the effort by Andania to get Danevirk to abandon Angford. Now, in the past, in 0.3, this meant that by random chance, they could, Vermont and Danevirk, leave the war. They could be remobilized through diplomacy as per normal, but it was a completely random chance, and it was a bit of a no-brainer because the extra time that it gave you to prepare your armies meant that even when they did remobilize, you were ready for them. Now, what has happened in 0.4 is that you can slow their mobilization, you can affect their strength and their morale by taking the decision, which will cost you around about 500 gold pieces over 5 turns, so 100 per turn, but you cannot get them to leave the war entirely, and this makes things quite a bit different. Now, the other thing is that with 0.4 that you'll see at the moment, there is a question at the beginning about whether it is a single player or a multiplayer game. Now, I've gotten rid of that in the development of 0.5, which will come later, but for now, just answer the simple question: is it a single player game or is it a multiplayer game? Because what I'm doing is, in the background, I am modifying the orders of battle for the AI side, so that the AI gets a stronger order of battle. It just needs it. Essentially, it just needs it. The AI makes so many silly mistakes that I'm trying to iron out through the scripting process, but at the moment it just cannot be accounted for, unfortunately. So the OOBs, the orders of battle, will be weaker for you as the player than what they normally are in a multiplayer game, and what they will be for the AI. The change log has all of the changes in 0.4. It's available in the game. You can see a picture here of where to find it. It's in the top right hand corner. Click the question mark, then click the question mark exclamation mark, and that will open up the strategy guide in game. It's also in a Word format if you want to modify it yourself for some reason, or just print it in Word format. It's in the campaigns 0.4 Orb Crown and manuals folder. Alright, so now I'm going to give you a quick introduction of the AI, and the screen that I put up here is the side choosing screen, which comes up first. You have to choose allies. Don't choose adversaries, because the AI has no clue how to play the allies, and so you need to play them yourself. There's no separate AI for each country, so normally in strategic command you can click each of those symbols there, and as you click them, they are assigned to the AI. This is meant to be played, all 5 of them, by a player. Now, the difficulty settings and the computer bonuses, I have not tested any of those options. I have not changed any of these values here. So if you want to play around with those, knock yourself out. Let me know how it goes. I suspect that giving them extra MPPs would be the main thing to do, or gold pieces would be the main thing to do to actually beef them up a bit. Alright, now the options, make sure 3D units and national colors are off. They don't really it doesn't really look any good when you've got panzers going across your fantasy setting. National colors are not quite set up for use in Orb Crown. Turn on Fog of War. I found out through the AI testing that if you turn off Fog of War, not only do you see everything, but the AI sees everything, and targets that would not be seen or would not normally be targeted will be. So turn on Fog of War so that the AI doesn't hit your leader who is actually out of sight, for example. And turn the messages off. There's no need to have the AI messages, but if you want to, you can turn them on, of course. Alright, so now I'm just going to flip across to the game, go through a couple of turns. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, and we'll just have a bit of a look at how it works. So you'll see that the single player option and the load single player options have returned because there is now an AI. So if we go into single player and jump across to Orb Crown 0.4, and I'm going to have to change that. I just noticed that it says no AI, but that's okay, we'll sort that out later. You can still see the victory conditions if you click on the button there, and then play campaign. Choose allies like I said a moment ago. Check that all these settings are right. Fog of War is on. Messages, no, I don't want those, so I'll turn that off. You can go into the advanced settings if you want to, but I'm not going to. Okay, so we click that. The AI goes away and thinks about things, sets up the game, and we'll be into it in a moment. So Draka the Dreadworm is making his initial attacks. And you see the AI actually, you know, Draka, the great dragon, the ancient red dragon, is such a bully. He picks on the weak little militias and wipes them out, and doesn't attack the main force of the Angnordians. He's just a bit of a coward at heart, even though he's the most powerful creature on the planet in this part of the world anyway. So we have the Golden Carnate is attacking in the south, and we'll take that fortification of Amarson, and Draka is heading towards Water's Bend to take that out. So this turn is nearly over for the AI, and of course it goes across to our player turn. We get a summary of what has happened, and also information which I won't go through, but it's worth reading through just so that you get an idea of what's actually happening, and this background information about the Emerald Imperium, which is the basis of the victory conditions in the game. Information about Draka taking or attacking Water's Bend, and some game information about the different countries that represent the Allies. So it won't take you any further with the AI. Hopefully you can find out for yourself how things go and make the decisions to beat back that dastardly great dragon, the Dreadworm. And I hope you enjoy the AI for what it is at the moment. It will only get better, I hope. So may fortune aid you in your quest, and if there are any issues that you have with Orb Crown, please reach out through the Discord server or on the Strategic Command forums. Alright, thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.